Could there be a Mira car dealership? Tonight we're asking about MW Motor Imports, which bid to supply the Ministry of Home Affairs with 15 pickups while Oscar Mira was minister. And he filed a corruption complaint against Oscar Mira, and today UDP Edward Broster gets back a response from the Integrity Commission. He'll tell us what it said. Also, the DPP tells the police to drop the charges against Alberto August. Plus, Elude Miller speaks. He's challenging for the PUP's mayoral nomination. But did he ignore the urgings of his party leader to do so? We asked him. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Crank.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
The biggest soccer season is here. Are you ready to experience the front row from home? Experience stadium level immersion with Samsung's latest technology. Perfect for every room. Your favorite Crystal UHD and QLED smart TVs are ready for you. Now at the best price. From your 32-inch personal fan zone at just $369 to the massive 85-inch home stadium experience for only $2,579. We have the perfect upgrade for every fan. Get yours with confidence at Cellular World, the authorized distributor in Belize, and receive a 1-year warranty. Visit us today and take advantage of these promotions. Valid until June 15th. Upgrade to the front row at home. Experience with Samsung and Cellular World.
Janice and like the blasted people and the monitor we took how they know nobody not there. You know see that as me and Eddie Gan. That right there happened for you. They know nobody never there. You see why good to have camera and thing for your place. But when they don't call the security company and then they can hook up the camera and the alarm for we. The camera people they don't come already, Janice. Champion security don't reach out for you.
Good day, ma'am. Champion Security. We're here to install the camera and the alarm system.
You could come in, young man.
We will start from outside first, ma'am, then make our way in.
Okay, then go ahead and do the thing then. Why? Mother, hey, come on, get camera up in your house. Mr. Me know if you do that, you know. Me to help you, know. Hey, you blasted Junior. Get up outside from there. Left the man, they make them do their job.
All right then, ma'am. We're finished with the cameras outside. We're here to install the recorder and bring it up on your phone.
Well, me never know you could go up on your phone too.
Yes, ma'am. It can be viewed on your phone, tablet, laptop, TV, and also remotely anywhere you are via Wi-Fi.
I could make them put it on my phone too.
Ma'am, this is the keypad to arm and disarm the alarm system. Okay, ma'am. We're all set now. Protected by Champion Security, where your safety is our business.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
The Isabel Palma Polyclinic 2, located in San Antonio, Toledo, conducts outreach visits to some of the most remote communities in southern Belize at least twice a month.
Here in the Dolores Village, it's approximately 3 hours from San Antonio. As you all can see, it's a remote area. There's basically no electricity, no telecommunication services. Since it's very difficult for the people to reach to the clinic, we've decided to bring the clinic out here and provide different services. For example, today we are with the maternal child health. We also have a booth out here giving health educations and some games. We also have 3 doctors with us today doing general medical checkup. We have our nurses doing our triage. We also have pharmacy with us and also a lab. All that is being done here today is being covered by the Isabel Palma Smart Polyclinic 2 San Antonio NHI clinic.
After a tough loss against the Belize City Defenders in Game 1 of the NEBL Finals, the Orange Walk Running Rebels is heading back home and look to tie up the series in a must-win Game 2. This Friday night at the Orange Walk Sporting Complex. Rebels Nation, get your tickets early as it will be a fully loaded, loud and ram-packed complex at 9 p.m. It's the Orange Walk Running Rebels versus the Belize City Defenders. It's Game 2 of the NEBL Finals. Cell phone, bar tabs, TVs, the NEBL girls, plus more. This Friday in Orange Walk for Game 2 of the NEBL Finals. Sponsored by the Government of Belize.
You're up.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning,
of
the
Northern
2023
Lagoon in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelsel, and here's
What's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight? We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
They're not just cigarette, vape, hookah, cigar, and all kind of tobacco product, Lego, dangerous smoke, and toxic chemical. When you smoke or vape, that cloud then not disappear. It turn into second-hand smoke and third-hand smoke where people wrong your breathing. That kind of smoke that could cause cancer, diabetes, lungs disease, or heart problems. It could kill anybody who get exposed to it. If you smoke or vape, go outside, far from people. Everybody deserves to breathe clean air.
Indian restaurant located at 148 Mutong Barracks Road in Belize City, saying great authentic Indian cuisine. More space, a VIP area, and better ambience. Visit them at their new location or place your order via WhatsApp to 614-667. Restaurant. Come enjoy a true Indian experience.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
The biggest soccer season is here. Are you ready to experience the front row from home? Experience stadium level immersion with Samsung's latest technology. Perfect for every room. Your favorite Crystal UHD and QLED smart TVs are ready for you. Now at the best price. From your 32-inch personal fan zone at just $369 to the massive 85-inch home stadium experience for only $2,579. We have the perfect upgrade for every fan. Get yours with confidence at Cellular World, the authorized distributor in Belize, and receive a 1-year warranty. Visit us today and take advantage of these promotions. Valid until June 15th. Upgrade to the front row at home. Experience with Samsung and Cellular World.
Janice and the blasted people and the monitor we took a how they know nobody not there. You know see that as me at the gun. That right there happen for you. They know nobody never there. You see why good to have camera and things for your place. But when they don't call the security company and then they can hook up the camera and the alarm to it. The camera people they don't come already, Janice. Champion security don't reach out for you.
Good day, ma'am. Champion Security. We're here to install a camera on the alarm system.
You could come in, young man.
We will start from outside first, ma'am, then make our way in.
Okay, then go ahead and do the thing then. Why? Mother, I come, man, get camera up in house. Mr. Me know if you do that, you know, me to help you know. Hey, you blasted Junior, get your backside from there, left the man, they make them do their job.
All right then, ma'am. We're finished with the cameras outside. We're here to install the recorder and bring it up on your phone.
Well, me never know you could go up on your phone too.
Yes, ma'am. It can be viewed on your phone, tablet, laptop, TV, and also remotely anywhere you are via Wi-Fi.
I could make them put it on my phone too.
Ma'am, this is the keypad to arm and disarm the alarm system. Okay, ma'am. We're all set now. Protected by champion security, where your safety is our business.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
The Isabel Palma Polyclinic 2, located in San Antonio, Toledo, conducts outreach visits to some of the most remote communities in southern Belize at least twice a month.
Here in the Dolores village, it's approximately 3 hours from San Antonio. As you all can see, it's a remote area. There's basically no electricity, no telecommunication services. Since it's very difficult for the people to reach to the clinic, we've decided to bring the clinic out here and provide different services. For example, today we are with the maternal child health. We also have a booth out here giving health educations and some games. We also have 3 doctors with us today doing general medical checkup. We have our nurses doing our triage. We also have pharmacy with us and also a lab. All that is being done here today is being covered by the Isabel Palma Smart Polyclinic 2 San Antonio NHI clinic.
After a tough loss against the Belize City Defenders in Game 1 of the NEBL Finals, the Orange Walk Running Rebels is heading back home and look to tie up the series in a must-win Game 2. This Friday night at the Orange Walk Sporting Complex. Rebels Nation, get your tickets early as it will be a fully loaded, loud and ram-packed complex at 9 p.m. It's the Orange Walk Running Rebels versus the Belize City Defenders. It's Game 2 of the NEBL Finals. Cell phone, bar tabs, TVs, the NEBL girls, plus more. This Friday in Orange Walk for Game 2 of the NEBL Finals. Sponsored by the Government of Belize.
You're up.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the...
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Cherie Culfil, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
They're not just cigarette, vape, hookah, cigar, and all kind of tobacco product, Lego, dangerous smoke, and toxic chemical. When you smoke or vape, that cloud they not disappear. It turn into second-hand smoke and third-hand smoke where people wrong your breathing. That kind of smoke that could cause cancer, diabetes, lungs disease, or heart problems. It could kill anybody who get exposed to it. If you smoke or vape, go outside, far from people. Everybody deserves to breathe clean air.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Tonight, we're looking deep into supply chains of the BDF to see if ministerial connections play a role beyond former Minister Oscar Mira. 7 News has obtained a leaked spreadsheet detailing the official BDF tender allocations for 2023 through to 2024. While the documents do show the Mira owned Mount Pleasant Fresh Produce and Mira's fruits and vegetables on the roster, They emerge as minority suppliers, taking in a combined $1.3 million out of the total $12.4 million total budget. So, who got a bigger slice of the supply pie? And did they also have a political connection at the Ministry of Defense? Well, there's a company named Kukulkan which got 18% of the supply of rations, and we're told they also have a political connection, but not to former Minister Oscar Mira. We'll be checking into this. Tonight, we're also tracking a paper trail involving this Mitsubishi L200 pickup, photographed this morning outside the Ministry of Defense. The vehicle was reportedly part of a 4 pickup fleet acquired by the ministry in 2021. And while we can't confirm who supplied it, a SmartStream leak from December of 2021 shows 10 separate invoices to the Ministry of Defense for a Mitsubishi pickup from electrical contractor F.T. Williams, each priced at exactly $9,603. Those invoices were grouped into 2 distinct batches of 5 and pushed through on just 2 days, triggering a total payout of $96,030, that is. While F.T. Williams is primarily an electrical firm with family ties to the Mira family, it remains unclear how many vehicles this $96,000 payout actually covered. If it was for a single pickup, the price tag is on the high side, as a duty-free Mitsubishi L200 typically retails for around $80,000 on the local market. We pressed F.T. Williams for clarification today regarding the nature of the transaction. We also questioned the ministry's CEO, who stated he could not verify the details without access to the files, which are currently in the hands of the Auditor General. But we're also looking at car dealerships, which multiple reports tell us is linked to the Mira family. It's called MW Motor Imports, and car dealers tell us the initials likely point to the names of the owners. 7 News has also learned that MW Motor Imports also competed in a bid to supply Oscar Mira's Ministry of Home Affairs with 15 pickups in March of this year. The MW Imports bid was for $1.157 million. Ultimately, due to defects in the bidding process, no contract was awarded. And there's more bad news for Oscar Mira tonight. The cyberbullying complaint he made against UDP Alberto August has been rubbished as one of his first orders of business last week. The new Minister of Home Affairs, Julius Espat, directed the Commissioner of Police, Richard Rosado, to send the cyberbullying complaint made by former Minister Oscar Mira to the DPP for advice. Espat said that the police department needed independent advice since Mira was the minister at the time. 7 News has obtained a copy of the memo from the DPP, which says, "I have carefully considered the evidence provided and advised that the charge against the defendant be discontinued. It follows that his devices must be returned to him." A police press release today says the Director of Public Prosecutions directed that the prosecution be discontinued. The Belize Police Department will discontinue the prosecution of this matter. All property retained during the course of the investigation will be returned to its lawful owners. We did reach out to Alberto August, who referred us to his attorney, Mike Perfeet. He told us, quote, "I haven't gotten anything official on that as his attorney. I'll continue to prepare a defense for him until I hear otherwise. On July 9th of 2026, I'll be preparing as if though they're not discontinuing." We'll take a break now. When we come back, he filed a corruption complaint against Oscar Mira, and today UDP Edward Broster gets back a response from the Integrity Commission. He'll tell us what it said. Don't go away.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station. Channel 7.
As a small business, I started to attend pop-up shops like many other businesses, and we found that our customers wanted to pay by card and not cash. I went to Atlantic Bank, and immediately, without a problem, it's like, yes, you can have a POS system. That POS system we now use in-house, and we can also take it countrywide wherever we are. They were willing to take the time, they were willing to be patient with us as we grew our business, and that, for us, that meant the world.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sun Up on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
The next station is not just a place, it's the vacation capital of the world, the Mexican Caribbean. Do you know why we are the capital of vacations? Because no other place on earth brings together so many ways to vacation in one single destination. From rest to adventure. From nature to culture. From luxury to freedom. Every vacation imaginable, except snow, and we plan to keep it that way. Mexican Caribbean, the vacation capital.
Europe.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the...
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Cherie Culsel,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Please, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
In Dolores, there's no electricity or phone service, and the nearest satellite clinic is still more than an hour away. For many residents, access to healthcare is rare. Some women have even given birth in transit while trying to reach the closest facility. That's why the arrival of the Isabel Palma Polyclinic 2 team is so important.
In our village, we don't have no transportation. So we have to pay someone to take us. If there is no service today, some of our patients, they have to go in PG or in San Antonio. We just come to see some doctors. We thank them for their precious time they give us today. And we don't have to pay any cost.
These vital outreach missions are made possible through Belize's National Health Insurance, NHI program.
Prepare for the sweltering heat with a Rheem AC unit to keep you and your family cool and cozy. Get the recommended BTU for your bedroom or living room and enjoy complete comfort. You can also save some much-needed cash with an inverter unit, which provides superior energy efficiency. When the heat is on, stay cool with an affordable, dependable AC unit from Rheem. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Tonight we have been informed that a female BDF soldier is alleging that she was raped at a BDF camp in the Toledo district. Reports say a fellow soldier is the suspect. The victim asked to make a police report and was escorted to the PG police station to make a statement. This afternoon, a BDF aircraft along with a psychologist and counselor was sent to escort her on the plane to Price Barracks, where an internal investigation has commenced. We'll have more on this tomorrow. 1 week ago, he filed a corruption complaint against Oscar Mira at the Integrity Commission. Today, Edward Broster got a response. Well, they responded quickly, and today, he told us what they said.
Well, today I've received an email from the Integrity Service Commission confirming that they have received the complaint and that within the context of the complaint being made, they will launch an investigation into the matter.
What does this development mean to you?
Well, it means that the process works and given the public interest that this complaint has generated, it is only right that the public be aware that the Integrity Commission has confirmed that they will be acting upon the complaint. The fact of the matter is that we are alleging that the Financial Act has been breached. Given the section that we quote to the Security Services Commission, we expected that the Integrity Commission would act on the complaint that we have registered with them, and it is in the public interest. The payments are very irregular, and the Belizean people deserve answers and accountability to what is being done with their tax-paying money. The response was very lengthy. It also includes that we have 30 days to provide more witnesses or evidence to substantiate the complaint that we have made.
Did you at any point have any doubts that this would be the initial outcome?
I had no doubt. Like I said before, the Integrity Commission is laden with integrity, or should be laden with integrity, and the Belizean people expect no less than accountability for their money.
Did you expect that they would have responded to you so quickly, the Integrity Commission?
Well, yes. We expected that we would have gotten a response within 5 business days, right? So we made the report last week Tuesday. So we're satisfied with getting the response today. And the response that we have received, we feel encouraged that the process will takes its course, and whatever the evidence leads, so be it.
We'll keep following up on the process. Last week, news emerged that the Prime Minister met with Deputy Mayor Elude Miller to discuss his candidacy in the upcoming municipal elections. Tonight, however, Miller is dismissing speculation that party leader Briceño instructed or encouraged him to withdraw from the People's United Party's Belize City Mayoral Convention. In a statement issued this morning, Miller said he discussed his intentions with the Prime Minister and later confirmed his decision to remain in the race and stated that PM Briceño respected that choice. He spoke to us today.
And the purpose of that statement was really to dispel this convenient narrative that I feel has been curated over the past couple of days, a narrative that would suggest that I have been somehow defiant of instruction or a request that has been made by our Prime Minister and party leader, and to categorically state that that is not the case, and that I remain fully intent on participating in the upcoming mayoral convention.
Do you feel any pressure from senior members of the party that you should wait your turn as opposed to running? And we know that last time around, Alan was asked to also wait his turn. So do you feel as though you should do the same?
Well, I can't say that I have felt that pressure. I have gotten great support from the general public, but also from within the party. I must say that as well. But I think here you have two different situations. I think the last time my colleague intended on participating in a convention, it was the position of the party at the time that they did not want to send a two-term sitting mayor to a convention. This time it's a different situation. You have an open seat and you have two young candidates who are interested in vying for that seat. Both candidates have expressed their interest in participating in a convention and their willingness to participate in a convention. So to me here you have a completely different scenario. And if both sides are saying they're prepared for a convention, then let's take it to a convention.
Miller will be contesting Alan Pollard Jr. in August at the PUP Municipal Convention. And when it comes to Deputy Mayor Miller, one of the criticisms has been that he's not sufficiently experienced to take on the role. He pushed back on that, though, arguing that his 7 years at the Belize City Council have prepared him.
Persons have argued that you're qualified, you check all the boxes, but you don't have the experience to be a mayor. What's your comment to that?
Well, I would certainly go against that sentiment. I would have to disagree with that. Simply because I've been at the council for over 7 years. While I might have only been a council member for just over 2 years, I've been at the Belize City Council since 2019, and I have served the council at absolutely every level. I've served the council at the administrative level, the management level, and the executive level. And so I know of the challenges and opportunities that exist at each level of the council. And I think that puts me in a very unique position. I don't know that you've had a mayoral candidate or a mayor in recent time that has had that kind of growth and progression through the council. And so I think that's actually a strength rather than a weakness. And it is on that basis why I feel confident participating in the upcoming convention.
Miller was first elected as a councillor in 2024. But any guarantee of electoral success is heavily dependent on which senior minister supports a candidate and whether or not the delegates in their constituencies will come out and work for that candidate. According to Miller, he is diligently doing his groundwork.
I can promise you that I will be reaching out to every single delegate across all 10 constituencies in Belize City. And so there's absolutely no doubt about that. I think, thankfully, I participated in a convention back in, I think, late 2023, leading up to the 2024 municipals. And so I have a bit of experience in these conventions. I achieved great success in that convention. And so I will be applying essentially the same formula going into this convention, but I will certainly not be leaving absolutely any delegate behind. Yeah, I think I share an excellent relationship with the delegates, but also with the various area reps across the city. One of the things I've always prided myself on is being a team player, right, and a collaborator. And I have done my best to collaborate and remain accessible and available and responsive to the needs of the various constituencies across Belize City. So I remain in constant communication with the various area representatives across the city, but I also stay connected with our people. I am seen to be one of the most accessible council members. That is something I pride myself on, and it takes great effort to remain accessible despite all the priorities that we have to balance.
But reports suggest that Miller has not been able to garner the support of the Deputy Prime Minister and Area Representative for Lake Independence, Cordell Hyde, who also happens to be his wife's uncle. Hyde is supporting Pollard, but Miller says he doesn't feel betrayed.
Well, I did not feel betrayed in any way. Any area representative, just like the delegates in Belize City, they have a right to support who they want to support. And so he has that right, and I respect his decision at the end of the day. But as I shared with you earlier, I have been nothing but a collaborator I have always worked along with all area reps in Belize City, and that will not change.
Since reports emerged 5 days ago that Miller was being pressured to stand down before the convention, his 5-day silence raises questions about why he waited so long to address it. But according to Miller, he does not need to be reactive to everything.
I think in this business, it's easy for us to come out and respond to those kinds of things. But I think we have to be extremely disciplined. We have a responsibility to the party, but we also have a responsibility to the residents who elected us. And that is exactly why I felt that today was the most appropriate time to make that statement, to make clear that no specific instruction or request was given by our party leader, and that I fully intend on participating in the upcoming convention.
But all this doesn't change the fact that he is the mayor's son-in-law. Miller says that he has spent his entire political career trying to eliminate the narrative that he was silver-spooned, which has led him to work twice as hard.
I have consistently said that I do not expect for anything to be given to me. I think sometimes that the narrative around that entire situation that has been created around that situation over time is what really drives me to work twice as hard, right? I feel that I have to prove that I am willing to work for it, and I absolutely am. And so in no way do I expect that I am entitled to anything. I have always said that I am interested in participating in the clearly defined process under the umbrella of the People's United Party, which is the convention, and I remain fully interested in participating in that process.
On the day Miller submitted his application for mayor, he brought 7 councillors with him. Pollard brought none. Miller says this just shows how tightly knit they are.
In terms of putting our applications in together, the intention there was to show a sense of unity. As you know, all my colleagues will be facing off in the convention as councillor candidates. But despite that fact, I think it sends a message that we are still able to come together and support each other through this process, despite the fact that they will essentially be contenders in the very same race in the next few weeks or over the course of the next month or two.
Shifting parties and regions, we went out west, that is, to the city of Belmopan. Isidoro Richie Galvez has announced that he will be running for mayor under the UDP banner. Galvez was elected at Belmopan City Council as a Belmopan City Councillor in 2018 municipal elections on a slate which was led by then Mayor Khalid Belail. Galvez is a well-known promoter and the curator behind majority of Belmopan's nightlife. So, will the promoter, now politician, be able to unseat Pablo Kawich?
To be honest, Jay, for 5 to 6 years now, I've been approached numerous times to get back in politics. And I believe it has a lot to do with the community work, the projects that I've been executing and leading around Belmopan, in Belmopan and around the villages here. And honestly, I've always respectfully declined the offer because I wanted to focus more on my personal businesses. And also, I didn't want it to affect the route that we were heading when it came to the community projects, to the initiatives that we were executing. You know, I never want to undisturb that. So I always declined. But there was always that cry and that push from the community, from young people, for me to re-enter politics. What's different this time? I think that frustration is at an all-time high from our young people, the business community, the sporting community, and the cries around Belmopan. You know, it's severe, and sometimes I get emotional. Like some of the messages I read, some of the people that reach out to me, some of the situations that people are in. You know, I try my best to help. I can't solve all the problems all the time, but I try my best to give a helping hand at times when I can. No? There's only certain things I can do. I believe that if I can serve as mayor, I would have the luxury to serve as mayor. We can do so much more. We already started the work. We already started the initiative. It's not like I'm just jumping out of any hole. The people know me. I've been doing hardcore community work, especially for the last 9 years, starting 2017 when I first entered politics. And then I paused 2021. But the work never did stop. I got more involved in the community. I made sure that I look out for youths. Them came up with different projects to make sure that they stay busy and they use their time wisely. 2020, me and a couple of small business owners created what we call the Small Business Boost Program to help out other small businesses, around Bemapan. So, yeah, I think the time is now.
And so we know that you mentioned that you have a lot of community work going on. You have the 6K match. You have different fundraising events that you have going on. You have community events. You're a community man. One of the criticisms that we saw initially when you announced that you wanted to run was that people were saying that all these years you were doing that because you knew you wanted to get back in politics eventually.
Wow. That's why when I read the comment, I said, wow, if it was so, I would have already entered politics a long time ago. But understand that my beliefs and my goals, some of my politics, not really align with what the political parties they have to offer. So that one right there that played a huge role for me, because before I made my decision, I had to sit down with everybody, including the party leader, explain myself to her. What are my goals? What are my initiatives? I don't want to be too much involved in the old school politics. I think it's time to get rid of it, especially here in Bemapan. The fight is not really red versus blue. It has a lot to do with the old system versus the new movement.
Even with political tensions high in Bemapan, Galvez says he will not use the allegations surrounding the PUP area rep for political gain. While acknowledging the controversy could benefit his campaign politically, Galvez said he prefers to remain focused on a positive campaign and leave the matter for the people of Bemapan to judge.
I have to be honest, yes, in politics, it playing in my favor. But what I won't do is kick a man while he's down, right? I rather the people of Bemapan deal with that situation. They will have the last say. So if you follow me on social media, I have never shared anything negative about the mere allegation or anything. I have never pushed on it, I rather take your own course. And like I said, the people of Bemapan will deal with that part. I stick to my lane. I want to remain positive. I don't want to come in that old school politics that I fight back negative when they come negative at me. I believe that the best beating you could give somebody that with love and success.
Galvez came into politics as a staunch loyalist to both Khalid Bilal and John Saldiva. Today, we asked how he plans to distance himself from their controversial reputations. Galvez insists he has already spoken to both men, making it clear that he is nobody's puppet.
You were the deputy when Mayor Bilal was mayor. We know that he did not leave an unimpeachable record. That's the reality. How will you be able to build the trust of the Bemapan people? Because some would say that you're probably being controlled or you're tied to him, and also John Saldiva as well. So can you comment on how you've been able to, or how you're attempting to separate yourself from the reputation of both men?
To start off, I've had the conversations with both gentlemen separately. And as much as they've contributed to the growth and development of this city, I believe that the people have the last say. When it comes to Mr. Saldiva, I believe that the people have voted for a new option, a new way away from Mr. Saldiva. No disrespect to him, because he has contributed a lot to the pan as well. Same with Mr. Bilal. I have made sure that I made it clear that this is my slate. I am no puppet, and nobody controls me. And me and my slate are fresh and new, And this is the change Belmopan is looking for. When I came into City Council 2018, I was a rookie councillor. I thought that when I reached there, our budget man there, and everything will be ready, and I could get things done. It's not that way, and the present councillors could attest to this. When you're in there as a rookie councillor, you have no say. A lot of decisions are made without your consent, without your approval. You don't have much say in it. When I became deputy mayor in, I think it was 2020 March, unfortunately, I only enjoyed 1 week of that, because the following week we had the COVID pandemic that had us on a total shutdown. So I couldn't do anything as a deputy mayor. But yeah, the people of Belmopan know who I am. As much as the politicians, they're going to use it against me, they know who I am, they know what I stand for, and they know that I try my best to maintain a clean image and a clean name, and I've proven that.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, a major push to overhaul Belize's child justice system got underway today as stakeholders and UNICEF hammered out new guidelines to better protect youths in trouble with the law. Don't go away.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism. So we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from then it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience with the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Indian restaurant located at 148 Mutong Barracks Road in Belize City, saying great authentic Indian cuisine. More space, a VIP area, and better ambience. Visit them at their new location or place your order via WhatsApp to 614-667. Restaurant. Come enjoy a true Indian experience.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Police have arrested and charged a Belizean welder and a 17-year-old minor for the Dangriga murder of 16-year-old Isaiah Norales. He is 25-year-old Nahim Bonilla. Norales was reportedly gunned down while riding his bicycle home in the Bengashe area when two males on a motorcycle approached him and one of them fired a fatal shot. Efforts to reform Belize's juvenile justice system took a critical step forward today. The National Commission for Families and Children, alongside UNICEF, convened a validation session with more than a dozen key stakeholders to finalize new guidelines for youths in conflict with the law. The initiative aims to strengthen legal protections and improve outcomes for minors navigating the justice system. Our reporter Jo Marie Lanza attended the session this morning and has this report.
UNICEF and the National Commission for Families and Children are collaborating to strengthen Belize's juvenile justice system through the establishment of new child justice guidelines designed to standardize protocol when minors encounter the legal system. The guidelines are being finalized today during a validation session with key stakeholders. NCFC's Shakira Sutherland outlined the scope and objectives of these ongoing consultations.
So today, the National Commission for Families and Children, in collaboration with UNICEF and our Ministry of Human Development, Family Support and Gender Affairs, is conducting the final validation session for the child justice guidelines. And so we want to highlight that we have been doing consultation throughout the country in regards to ensuring that we have the stakeholders, children, parents' feedback in regards to this child justice guideline that we are discussing today. And so it is important to know that the National Commission for Families and Children, we have been working tremendously, looking at the parenting aspect, looking at the child justice and child protection aspect of policies that needs to be implemented or created from our standpoint. And so it is important to know that we have recently had the launch of the merger for the Child Justice and Child Protection Committees. And also to know that because of the merger, we are having the validation. And so this child justice guideline validation looks at children, how do we protect and support children in terms of children who have been victimized, children who are claimants, children who have been in conflict or in contact with the law, and how do we put children and child protection at the center of these policies.
One of the key facilitators in this process is the Department of Human Services. The director highlighted critical gaps in coordination across departments, identifying key areas where agency cooperation falls short of protecting a child's best interests.
The Department of Human Services carries the mandate for child protection, and we're one of the biggest department within the Ministry of Human Development, looking at the role of children in the justice system. We play a very important role because we have from intake to termination as part of the services that we provide. So whether the children come into care for protection purposes or for the justice system or just regular support, the department plays an important role in meeting the needs of the children. While we have a system that is opened for a lot of interpretation, but it's all. This will bring us together in terms of the coordination with the especially medical department, the Ministry of Education, and bring immigration into the fore, because the reality is that child protection is just looked at in terms of just human services and the police department, when it is bigger than just these two government departments. It includes the justice system, the health department, police, immigration, as I mentioned, because we are seeing a lot of unaccompanied minors, and those children require protection also and require some level of support. So that is why it's important to have everyone here on the table to look at a coordinated effort.
UNICEF's Child Protection Officer further explained why it is important to ensure these mechanisms are in place when children come in contact with the justice system, often as perpetrators of a crime and sometimes witnesses.
There was coordination, but in many instances it was varying and fragmented. In 2023, we did a child protection system evaluation, and the results from that evaluation informed us that a lot of the interagency coordination was missing. Some agencies work together, but it could be stronger, it could be coordinated, and it's not all the relevant actors in one space. And so we're definitely trying to strengthen the Child Protection and Justice Steering Committee by merging those two groups to be able to work together in the best interests of children. A lot of the children who come in conflict with the law's perpetrators are for petty offenses, like riding a bicycle up stop, for instance. They're not serious crimes. And those who commit serious crimes are being recruited by older gang figures to commit armed violence and other types of crime. That's one thing we'll be looking at today. We're looking at that from a standpoint of trafficking children for the purpose of committing these criminal offenses. Because children are afforded safeguards under the CRC, under Belizean legislation, because they're fundamentally different from adults. Their evolving capacities, their age, their developmental status means that they should be afforded special protections. And so that is taken advantage of, not only in Belize, but in other Caribbean countries, around the world globally. It is a trend that they are recruited to commit these violent offenses.
Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
Last week, the new police minister, Julius Espat, spoke about working conditions for police. Today, his Ministry of Infrastructure Development launched a major cleanup effort with a countrywide bushing and basic cleanup of police station compounds countrywide. Teams from the Road Management Unit embarked on ongoing vegetation control and pothole patching at Ladyville Police Substation. The Bamapan Road Unit clean up the Roaring Creek Police Station, while the Valley of Peace Police Station and St. Margaret Station is next. They also assisted the Orange Walk Police Station with land filling and vegetation control at Belize rural stations. If you hear a story about a Belizean American and a large plot of land, it's usually based on a family or private dispute. But that's not the case with Belizean American Telma Koyok Jenkins, who donated 17 acres of roadside land to Bullet Tree to the people of San Ignacio Santa Elena. The property, reportedly valued at $2 million, will be used for a new town cemetery. At the small handing over ceremony today, the mayor spoke about how this donation will help them address the lack of grave plots and space needed for the town, since the Santa Rita Cemetery is becoming increasingly full.
A cemetery have been one of the biggest demand for many years now. And when I became here in 2015, Santa Rita was already filled to capacity, and that was a promise that I promised the people I would work for a land for a cemetery. I tried through the government, I tried privately, but it was very expensive. And when we, as a council, came in and unanimously decided that yes, we can purchase a land, we will use so much of our revenues, then the guy had already sold the land. So I met Ms. Koyok about 2.5 years ago when she said, all right, what we can do is let me determine what we will do. But tell her, hold on. 1 year later, she called and said, Mayor, you know what? We are ready. I decided that I will donate this property to the council for a cemetery. And that's when we decided that, yes, we will go through with it. And she said 6 months ago now that she'll be here in June. Thank God she came, and today we're here making this a reality for San Ignacio and Santa Elena.
I'm very honored to be a part of a group of people that I know have been working hard for the town.
and everything that we need. And I have been hearing very, very good words about your leadership and everything that goes on in your office. So yeah, I'm proud to be a part of what you're doing today. However, it's a humble offer. It's a humble thank you to the town of San Ignacio, because my father and my mother had 20 children, so they eat up a lot of things, yeah.
Wow.
20 children. I think we're only 9 of us alive. But the donor, my husband, Daryl Allen Jenks, was the consul at the embassy 1981 to 83, and he uprooted me. And so now I just take the money and I buy this land from somebody. Unfortunately, the land, to give you a little bit of history, the land was owned by my brother, my oldest brother, Beto. He did all the papers and everything right before he passed away. And that's how the land came into my hands, just so you all have a history of it, the real owner. So maybe a street should be named for Alberto Coyoc rather than Thelma.
And that's all we have for you for our newscast tonight. Thanks for watching with your news. I'm Indra Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook page. Have a great night. Join me tomorrow right here at 6.